Welcome back to the In the Clinic podcast with Robin. Today we are diving into one of the most misunderstood, overmarketed, and underexplained topics in the entire health and wellness world. We're talking about detoxification. So if you've ever felt tired, bloated, foggy headed, or just inflamed and thought, I need to do a cleanse, then this is the episode for you. But let me be clear right up front. This is not about juice cleanses, gimmicky teas, or one size fits all protocols. This is about understanding how the body is already wired to detox and how you can support the natural processes that you can really clear out waste, eliminate toxins, and really feel better every single day. So we're going to talk about what detox really is. We're going to talk about the 5 main organs that are responsible for clearing out toxins. We're going to get into the way that the system is working right. We're going to get into the 8 science-backed strategies that you can start today. And we're going to get through some of the myths that could be doing more harm than good. So let's break this down. Detoxification isn't luxury. It's not something that you do for 7 days and then you're done. It literally is how your body manages and removes waste every single second of the day. So here's what counts as a toxin: internal waste. So things your body produces like used up hormones, dead cells, and metabolic byproducts. External toxins are things from the outside, such as plastics, pesticides, heavy metals, air pollution, mold toxins, and so on. And if this system gets bogged down, well, here's what you might start feeling. You might feel brain fog, low energy, stubborn belly fat that you just can't get rid of, joint pain, hormonal imbalances, chronic inflammation. So think of detox like your body's waste management crew. And when the system backs up, things get a little nasty. So picture here, we've got toxins in, toxins out. And you've got my little drawing here of our guy. So you're going to have certain things that come in, such as contaminants through your air. You're going to have contaminants that come through your food. You're going to have certain things that get into your body like plastics. These are all things that start coming into your body. And your body has to be able to get these toxins out. And they do that through sweating. They do that through creating urine. Well, also through our feces. And even right down to our own breath. Our breath allows us to remove toxins right out of our body as well. So there really are 5 main organs in our body that help us with toxins. So one of the main ones is our liver. Our liver really is the quarterback. It filters everything. Everything comes through the liver. It helps break down toxins. It breaks it down into safe parts that you can then send to bile. You can remove. You can send into the blood for removal. Think alcohol. Think medicines. Think pesticides. These all are going to get filtered through the liver, and they're going to get sent over to things like the kidneys. Okay? So the kidneys, these are going to filter your blood. As that gets put back into the blood from the liver, it's going to go to the kidneys. The kidneys are going to help filter and flush out any water-soluble waste through your urine. So you're going to get little ureters that come down to your through your body, and it's going to be expelled out through the urine. So think about if you're dehydrated, it can't do its job very well. Also, you have little vessels that run through your body, go down to nodes called your lymph or your lymphatic system. That lymphatic system also moves toxins out of your tissues and back into circulation so it can be excreted. You also have your GI tract. This is something that also is going to remove toxins because this is where all of your feces or poop is using this pathway to get rid of toxins. It's a major one. It's one of your most important. If you're not eliminating feces daily, then you're recirculating toxins back in your body, because if you don't get rid of them, your body is going to then recirculate them. It's hoping that another system will get rid of them. So the last little bit is you have your lungs and you have your skin. So the lungs, you're going to expel, you're going to exhale, you're going to get rid of toxins. And in your skin, you're going to sweat them out. So right here between the liver, the kidneys, the lymph system, your intestines, your lungs, your skin, these are all organs that are there to help get rid of toxins, to get rid and eliminate. And that's the whole purpose of those organs. But why do people feel so toxic at times? And that's because the modern day system really just clogs up the body. We've got a lot of different things that create a toxic load. So our toxic load is going to start being pressed upon us. Every time we add one of these, it adds more of a challenge to the body to get rid of toxins. So number one, poor diet. When we start eating processed foods, sugars, it's inflammatory, seed oils, inflammatory, processed foods, again, inflammatory, that all overloads the liver. So now the body's trying to search to how to get rid of these foods. It creates massive inflammation within the body. It's harder to get rid of it. Okay, what about constipation? Now it's hard to get rid of your bowel in your intestine. Well, what if you're dehydrated? You're going to have more constipation. What if you're on certain medicines that are creating constipation? Painkillers or other. That's going to make it so that you're not going to be able to eliminate your bowel, which means what? It's going to stay, those toxins are staying stuck in your body. Now it's backing up. You're going to get brain fog. You're going to be depressed in your energy levels. Okay, well, what about dehydration? So lack of water. Now your kidneys aren't working properly. Now your lymph, which are small little vessels that go through the body and are between all of your muscles. So each compression of your muscle is going to push that lymph all the way back down and recirculates it back into your bloodstream, which then gets filtered by your kidneys. So if you don't have enough fluid in your body, then your blood's going to get stagnant. It's going to get thicker. You're going to get the lymph system itself isn't going to have as much fluid in it, so it's not going to be able to push it out. Think of it's just creating sludge. Well, what about if you're sitting all day? Well, now you're not going to get that movement of the lymph system. You're not going to get that venous return. All those veins and lymph system go through the muscles of the lower legs and the upper body. If you're not moving enough and you're sitting all day, again, it's going to pool. And this is why people get swelling in their legs. They get pooling around their ankles. It's because they're not moving enough. They're not getting enough of a venous or a lymph return. Okay, well, what about plastics? What about different fragrances? This is really your environmental toxins. If you're constantly around scented candles, you're touching the receipts, those thermal paper receipts, you're drinking from bottled water all the time, you're getting a ton of xenoestrogens that are now contaminating the body, acting like estrogen. You're getting a ton of plastics in the body that your body's trying to eliminate. You're getting different phthalates that are now overwhelming the body with inflammation. And the body has to get rid of it through the skin, through the lungs, through the urine, all these systems. But the more you have, the more load you have, the more it's harder to get rid of it. Which then the last one I have is your sleep. Poor sleep overall is going to decrease this lymph system as well. And this lymph system sits in the brain. It's called the lymphatic system. I talked about on this a different podcast. It's a lymphatic system that then gets rid of toxins. It gets rid of toxins out of the brain. It takes that cerebral spinal fluid and recirculates it, and it helps get rid of all the metabolites that the brain has used throughout the day. This only occurs in deep sleep. So if you're not getting at least 90 minutes of deep sleep, not sleep, but deep sleep where you're fully comatose, then you're not recirculating that lymph and you're not detoxing the brain, which means what? You're getting more brain fog. You're more tired. You're not as sharp mentally. So overall, it's important that we start taking care of these systems from our diet, from our hydration, from our movement, through the things that we're choosing to put in our environment, all the way down to the type of sleep that we get. So here's the good stuff. There are things that you can do. I've got 8 different science-backed detox strategies that you can start today. Right this minute, you can start. And these aren't some shiny type things that are fads. This is how your body works. So the first one you've got to start doing is you've got to hydrate. You've got to shoot for at least half your body weight in ounces of water. Every single day, minimum. Preferably high quality water, not tap water that has chlorines and different things that are in it. You want a spring water that you could possibly also do a reverse osmosis with, some type of a filtered water. And then also you want to add some Baja sea salt too. This helps mineralize your water. It helps give you all of those trace minerals that you need to help your body and the cellular hydration overall. So number 1, hydrate. Number 2, I need you to eat certain foods. These need to be sulfur rich veggies. We're thinking of the coniferous type foods, the broccolis, the cauliflower, the cabbages, the onions, garlics. These all support the liver. They all support the liver. And by doing that, that's going to help you detoxify the body. Well, this one we can all do, which is move daily. Let's get some movement going, some brisk walking, some rebounding on a mini trampoline. That all helps stimulate those muscles, helps move the lymph through the body. It overall gives us the best chance to recirculate and get rid of those toxins through our other systems, skin, urine, or other feces. Which means that we have to sweat regularly. We can use saunas. We can use things that increase our VO2 max. We can use Epsom salt baths. We can use just good old-fashioned exercise to make you breathe harder and sweat. Number 5, we can use binders. Now, a binder are certain things that we can consume, like activated charcoal, chlorella, bentonite clay. These all bind to the toxins when they're in your gut. So you consume these, they bind to these toxins, which then does what? It helps you then eliminate them through your stool. So binders are a great way to help eliminate toxins out of the body, which comes to number 6. We need to poop daily. We've got to eliminate feces. We've got to get rid of that feces. You should be doing it within 45 minutes of waking every single day, like clockwork. If you're not pooping regularly, there's a problem. We need to get on it. It could be either not enough movement or not enough hydration. Those are the first 2. It could be that you're on medicines that also, prescription meds that decrease your ability to, they essentially create more constipation. Okay, number 7. We want to clean up your environment. We want to clean up that environment. So we want to use glass containers instead of plastic. We want to use natural cleaning products that do not have a whole bunch of phthalates and sulfates and different environmental contaminants in them. We want to avoid certain fragrances, those smelly candles, all those things that are just creating more toxins in the air that we're going to bring into our body. We want to use filtered water, not tap water that has chlorine and all these different chemicals in it. Number 8, We want to sleep and breathe. Deep. So deep breathing is going to reoxygenate the blood, but it's also going to move the diaphragm that helps move the lymphatic system around. By getting proper sleep, that deep, deep sleep, well, what are you going to get there? You're going to improve your lymphatic system as well. It's going to help with brain fog and just mental fatigue. So the key for us is we want to do this. We want to hydrate. We want to eat coniferous foods, veggies, to help support the liver. We want to move daily. We want to sweat regularly, saunas, exercise, We want to use binders that help bind to that toxin and get rid of it through our stools. We want to then have a bowel movement every single morning. Every morning. We want to clean up our environment and get rid of the toxins that are coming into our body anyways. And then we want to sleep well, and we want to do great breath work to help recirculate the body. So while we're finishing this up, let me bust a couple myths. What about juice cleanses? Okay. Juice cleanses, a lot of them have different sugars in them that are going to spike your blood sugar levels. It's going to create more inflammation in your body. A lot of these juice cleanses also lack protein. Both of these are going to put more stress on your body. It's not going to help so much with the detoxifying process. Okay. What about extreme detox teas or enemas? Well, these can dehydrate you, and they can wipe out your minerals in your body, which creates problems with your systems overall and how your cells work. Okay, what about just detoxifying without a plan? Well, some people take just random supplements for months without testing or tracking. We always want to unlock the body first before we start adding any type of binders, any type of supplements. We need to open up all of these systems from our urine, our feces, our skin, our lungs. We want all of these to be opened up first before we add any binders, because if we add the binders without proper prep work in our detoxifying process, what happens? Then those toxins stay in our body and they just recirculate. So it's actually going to build up, and you're going to get worse symptoms. Eczema, it's going to come out in the skin. It's going to come out in how we feel. It's going to come out in our bloatiness, all the swelling in your feet. All these things are going to occur if we don't unlock the body first. So let me just recap this real quick. To detoxify isn't something that you just do once. It's how your body stays clean every day. Your liver, your kidneys, your gut, your lymph, your skin, your lungs. These are all key players to the detox system. Take care of those first. Modern life clogs the system, but daily choices can unclog it. Start with water, start with movement, start with breath work, start with pooping every day. And avoid fads. Lean into consistency. So my action plan for you, your first step is pick 2 to 3 of the 8 detox strategies that I gave. Just pick 2 or 3 and start today. Start building momentum, and as you're building momentum, you can add more strategies. Don't try and do all of this at once. And if you want deeper training on this, you want more tools, you want more support, we cover detox, we cover hormones, we cover metabolism, we cover all of this and how to apply it to your life in my VIP community, the 4% Club, that you can find in the link at the bottom of this podcast. So if that's you and you want something deeper than what this podcast is giving you today, go ahead, become a member. It's low cost, monthly for you, well worth the value of what you're going to get in actually making an action plan stick for you. Plus, you get all of our best members, our VIP members, that help support you in your journey as well. All right. Thanks for coming on today. Thanks for tuning in. Stay strong, stay focused, and stay working on your health and wellness. We'll see you next time.